I feel like every time you guys see me, my hair is getting longer. Look, it's like so long now. Anyways, you guys saw the title of the video. You guys know everything that is happening today. I feel like as a YouTuber, obviously I'm not a professional, but I'm so bad at intros. Like, I feel like the, hi guys, like I just can't do that anymore. So I'm just gonna automatically start the video. And I don't know where I'll put the intro in. You can put the intro in now, Joyce. Editing Joyce, you can put it in now.
Angel boy, don't say that. Never gonna stand a chance. Heartbreak like a sad romance. Said that you never come back again. Been 3 days, now you're back again. But I'm not your man. No, I'm not your man. Blow your mind like whoa. Why be faithful when you got hopes? Drop top and off we go. We gon' pop off, that's how we roll.
Now that intro played at a very awkward spot, I'll introduce the video. You guys did see the title, lifestyle changes when diagnosed with Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Now, I haven't done a Crohn's video in a while. I think the last one that I did, strictly sitting down and talking about my diagnosis, talking about Crohn's, was 7 months ago. Maybe the video says like 6 or 5 because I did wait a while to post it. But 7 months ago, whenever I got the ostomy bag, that's the last time that I really talked about my diagnosis or how Crohn's has changed my life. And obviously, 7 months apart, a lot of things change. So I really want to talk about that, how that affects your lifestyle, you know, especially coming from me, because I am just a kid. I'm only 15 years old. So I want to talk about that, how that, you know, kind of changes everything. So now we can start the video. I was diagnosed like a year ago. And in the beginning, it felt like everything was being completely stripped and taken away from me. You know, I was diagnosed during a very bad time of like, of COVID and everything. So that wasn't really a good situation in itself, but I felt like I was being stripped away of everything. I wasn't able to see my friends. I wasn't able to eat the things that I wanted to eat anymore. I was living in constant pain. It was a really, really bad situation. And I felt like I didn't have the time to be a teenager anymore. Like, I just had to automatically start growing up. And which, you know, that's fine. You do have to grow up. But for me, it wasn't in my agenda, you know. I felt like I finally had the opportunity to start having fun and start doing all these things, and then I get diagnosed with a disease like Crohn's ulcerative colitis, and I am just a lot more like strict on myself, you know. One of my top things before I got my ostomy bag, one of my top things was like always having a restroom available, because you never know when you're going to have the urge to go. Obviously, whenever you're diagnosed, there is a list of things that you should stay away from, and there's a list of things that you just shouldn't touch or eat at all. Let's say, like, if I was going to Olive Garden, you know, before I had my ostomy bag, if I was going to Olive Garden, obviously, I wouldn't order the Alfredo, because that would mean that's gonna travel down fast, and I'm gonna have to be running to the bathroom. If you have to go, you have to go. Do not try to hold it in, because also, you won't be able to hold it in, and you might poo on yourself. But furthermore, that causes a lot more pain if you're holding it in. You could actually, you know, you could put yourself in a lot more pain by holding it in, whether just finding a bathroom and letting it all out. Now, pertaining to an ostomy situation, which is, you know, what I have. In the beginning, I wasn't strict on myself with my ostomy. You know, I wasn't worried about it. And I had a lot of times where my bag would pop in public, or if I was at a family member's house or whatever the case was, my bag would pop because I didn't empty it regularly how I should, or I just didn't have an extra one. So I got one of these, like, you know, what would you call them? Ostomy pouches, where it has a section for each one of your ostomy supplies. That way you're always prepared. I would say bring 2 sites and bring 2 bags just to be fully prepared. Always bring your ostomy scissors. You know that whenever you order all of your ostomy supplies, obviously you get a set of scissors, or I think 2 sets of scissors in case if you lose the first one, which I did lose the first one, so thank God I have the second pair. I also want to talk about, you know, how the medicines changed. Now, in the beginning, before I was diagnosed, I took ibuprofen religiously. Like, every time that I could take ibuprofen, like after the 4-hour or 6-hour mark, hold on. Every time that I could, I did. And by taking it that much, I ruined the lining of my stomach, which means that you have to stop taking ibuprofen anyways. But how can I explain this the best way? Okay, if you have an inflammatory disease, an anti-inflammatory such as ibuprofen is just going to attack that more, because an inflammatory disease is something that is permanent. It is something that cannot go away, and a temporary fix, something such as ibuprofen, which is an anti-inflammatory, somehow inflames the stomach more if you have an inflammatory bowel disease. Do not ask me the logic behind that, because I honestly don't know. I thought if I was taking ibuprofen, which is an anti-inflammatory, it should help an inflammatory disease, but it actually doesn't. It makes it worse. So I went to Tylenol, which honestly now I know my limit. Only taking Tylenol whenever I need to take it, not when's the nearest time again that I can take it, because destroying the lining of your stomach is already bad in itself, even if you don't have an inflammatory disease. You have to be careful with ibuprofen regardless. Ibuprofen will destroy the lining of your stomach, but be careful with Tylenol, because Tylenol can ruin your liver. So be careful. I think another thing that really changes in your lifestyle with having Crohn's or ulcerative colitis is, being active. People will, if I cancel on plans, or if I just don't make plans, people will assume that like that's me being flaky, or that's me not wanting to do anything. But I simply I think it just stems from fatigue, honestly. Like, it's so easy to be exhausted. You have to know that your body, if you're getting treatment, your body is working so hard to accept that treatment, and you already have a diseased body. So your body is not it's not like a normal body. You can't go running out and playing all the time, Well, I mean, you can, but I would say don't overdo it when you're first diagnosed, because you'll just be more tired and exhausted. But I would say always listen to your body. If you know that you were tired, don't keep on going, because you can really hurt your body just continuing to go and go. For me, the hardest part was whenever I could finally start doing things again, because that I couldn't do things for a long time because of the amount of steroids that I was on, and my body just not being ready to be outside and doing all these things again. It sucked. So the second that I could go out and do those things, I went out and I worked myself. I just kept going and going and going, and I hurt my body 10 times more by pushing myself. I didn't listen to what my body was trying to say, and I just hurt it more by continuing to do it. Oh, I don't know if I talked about this, but another big thing that changes, this is kind of for the girls, but your period. Your cycle, if you think that your cycle is bad before you have Crohn's, or before you have any inflammatory bowel disease, or even IBS, you will realize that it is 10 times worse whenever you are dealing with one of those things. Another big part of it is knowing how to distinct that pain, is knowing how to separate that pain from, is this period pain? Is this something that I have felt before? Is this something that comes monthly, whenever once a month? Is this something that happens? Or is this a type of pain that I haven't felt before? Is this a type of pain that is excruciating and is too hard to deal with? Because you'll wind up, if you make yourself more nervous about it, you'll wind up just putting yourself in the hospital in an actual flare-up, when in reality it was just period pain. So I won't sugarcoat it. If you have a period and you're dealing with this, it sucks and it's really bad. But when you can distinct the pain and you can get to the root of the problem, it's honestly a lot easier, because you can just take a medicine that helps. And I think the last thing that I want to talk about is pertaining to your lifestyle. The mental game that Crohn's plays. There are a lot of things you can't eat. There are a lot of things you can't do. And especially in the beginning, like I said, not feeling like yourself, you're not feeling like a kid anymore, feeling like you just have to grow up, especially with an ostomy bag. You have 10 times more of the responsibility with an ostomy bag. And for me, especially, I feel like I'm 15, but I'm also like 35, because I'm doing all these things for myself, which is fine, because I want my body to be healthy, but it kind of strips away from, really wanting to be a kid too. So I can't give much advice on the mental part, because I'm not doing too good in that department myself. But if I get in a really bad rut, I can pull myself out of it. just find those things that make you feel better, you know, because no matter what kind of disease you have, if you're a type 1 diabetic, hi Mia. If you have hepatitis, hi Mia. Those are the ones that I know, you know. If you have Crohn's, if you have ulcerative colitis, if you have cancer, if you have oh my god, there's another one. Those are the ones that I know because I've known people who have actually had those things. I know I don't do research or anything. I know I'm horrible, but if you have a disease, you know, you're scared a lot. You feel like if you're not in control at every moment and anything can happen, you get really nervous. And for me, I feel like I need to be in control of everything, or if I'm not in control of everything, then I feel like I'm out of control of everything. Like, does that make sense? Like, if I'm not controlling everything that's happening, then it feels like I'm not controlling anything. I know it's weird to explain, but I can't say anything else but take it day by day. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I kind of just wanted to give a little Crohn's update, a lifestyle update on how Crohn's affects those things. If you're newly diagnosed, if you're not even diagnosed at all and you're just curious, that's really how your body changes and how you have to you know what is that even word? What is that word even? What I can't speak. What how your life changes, how your body changes, all those things, how your body adjusts to having Crohn's. It's a very fun disease, and it is a whirlwind. I'm going to continue to keep you guys updated on Crohn's, actually, because I did leave this for the end of the video. But today, actually, in filming this video, today is the day I find out if I have to get my colon removed or not. And that was probably a beginning of the video topic, but I really just didn't want to talk about it. But yeah, today I have a Zoom meeting to decide if we're going to try a new medicine. You guys know I've tried Remicade and I've tried Entyvio, but now it seems like Entyvio is not really working either. So we're going to see if Joyce is getting her colon removed or if Joyce is just going to try another new medicine. It looks like I'm getting my colon removed. None of my medicines work anymore, so they've exhausted every option. The inflammation in my colon is not going down at all, so it looks like I just won't have a colon anymore, and I definitely will need to do a whole nother video on that. So don't worry about me. I'm doing great. I've got a lot on my mind, but I'm gonna have to get a feeding tube again, which I really don't want that either. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta sacrifice some stuff. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. It was long, it was out there, it was confusing, but if you could keep up, thanks. And please subscribe because we are so close to 300 and I really want to hit it. So bye.